how is chronic inflammation related to cancer, and how can we prevent or stop or reverse cancer?
There is some evidence that chronic inflammation may create a microenvironment which is conducive to the development of certain types of cancer. I think the jury is still out on that. What is rather more persuasive is the idea that an internal environment which is pro-inflammatory may accelerate and promote the growth of cancers. It's quite complicated because in today's diet and lifestyle you have an internal environment that is not only pro-inflammatory, but it is also problematic in other ways. So, for example, it is likely, because of our sedentary lifestyles and diets with a very high glycemic load, we see many people who have metabolic syndrome or frank type 2 diabetes. And hyperglycemia and hyperinsulinemia are also seen to promote the growth of cancers. So it's not surprising that cancer has become so popular. Again, go back over a century in time to a time when the diet and lifestyle was such that people were broadly in an anti-inflammatory state and did not have these problems with blood glucose and glucose maintenance. In that population, cancer is known and recognized, but it's occurring at less than 10% of the levels that we see today. We have created an environment, the urban or the metropolitan environment, that is profoundly pathogenic, and it manifests itself, in amongst other ways, in this huge problem with cancer. It's a disease of civilization, to a large extent, and by that criterion, we've never been so civilized as we are today. Now, of course, this creates a huge business for the medical profession, the oncologists and the pharmaceutical industry. But what does the pharmaceutical industry and what do the oncologists do with cancer? Well, they torture and kill a lot of their patients. The tools that we're using are extremely toxic. And yeah, I think it's fair to say we kill a lot of our patients. There are some very interesting developments now. For example, the development of immunochemotherapy, which I have some involvement with through Biothera. And some of the most recent developments in photodynamic therapy, which I believe will be a major step forward. So yes, I can see new treatments coming in now which will do a great deal to make cancer management easier. But let us be more profound in our thinking. Let us create lifestyles which reduce the incidence of cancer in the first place. We actually have a knowledge base that will allow us to do that now, and the obstacles really are no longer scientific. They are political, they're regulatory, and they're economic.